What's today? Sundayz with Showtime, and this is the Gff Show. G for God, F for family, the other F for fitness. Our vision is that we will strengthen families, mend broken relationships, and through testimonials and personal experiences, bring others closer to a higher power. We're going to start our segment off with Take 'em to Church. And our question is, why do I need to go to church? Why do I need to go to a Bible study? Why do I need to go to a Sunday school? What is this all about? Why can't I just stay home? Why can't I just live stream a service? Why do they want me to get out and give money? Like, why? All right, so this morning, I'm going to discuss three topics, three of my key points that help me come to church and basically just understand how important it is, the church really is. And these are just three things that I'm going to discuss this morning from my experiences. And the three things are fellowship, growth, in the church just being a happy place, just a nice place to come to. Okay, and I'm going to break those down. So first being fellowship. So for me, it really helped to go to church and see that I wasn't the only one going through these type of things. Everyone has their own fair share of issues. So just to be able to fellowship and commune with my brother, my sisters, and just to see that I'm not the only one going through these type of situations, really for me kept me coming back. It kept me enticed. It definitely kept me on the edge of my seat, just knowing that, hey, this brother is telling me that he suffered from alcoholism like I did. He was an alcoholic like I did, and now he's standing in a pulpit. Like, that fellowship really helped me just from everybody just being so honest and wanting to come and just tell you their story, tell those testimonies, and let you know that it's not over, it's not the end of the world. A lot of times we take these burdens on and we want to take them on all by ourselves. You know, and again, for me, it helped to go and just be able to fellowship, to be able to commune with our church members, to be able to share some stories, to be able to eat with your brothers, eat with our sisters, and just be able to just sit there and get away from everything else for a while and just fellowship with some good people. Okay. And another reason for me going to church was for growth. I was able to grow so much just from actually being there in the building and applying myself. When I started applying myself, I started seeing that, hey, this stuff it doesn't just apply to a certain type of people. It applies to everyone. It isn't just the people that are successful and that follow Christ and that definitely believe in a higher power. The people that are successful, it's not just set out for them. This is for all of us. Like, you know, God wants us all. He wants us all. And for me, I wasn't able to grow at home. And there are people that may say, okay, well, no, I don't need to be here to grow. I can grow on my own. I can fellowship on my own. The church is in me. But for me, in order to grow, I had to be around those people that were able to help me dissect the Bible, that were able to help break it down a little bit more, especially those trickier versions, that King James version. You know, if you try to attack everything by yourself at home, there's definitely going to be some things that we miss. So I've been able to grow so much tremendously. I've been able to grow from being within the church walls. I made that commitment to be in church. I made a commitment to be in Sunday schools. I made it a commitment to be in Bible studies, and I actually started learning. And I recommend, if this is a question that you have of, well, why should I be in the church? Why do I need to be? Why can't I just live stream it? Isn't the church in me? then I definitely recommend finding somewhere where you feel like you can grow. I think that is detrimental. It's very important that you find somewhere where you can grow. Because New Waves of Joy here in Charlotte, I feel like I can grow. So it was easy. I didn't have that question, why do I need to come to church every Sunday? Because again, the fellowship, being able to grow. And my last reason for today, this morning, is it just being a happy place. It's just a great place. And I was never in it for materialistic reasons, but I want to share this in line with it being a happy place. So there was a time where I was transitioning from job to job, and I really needed assistance. I had my CDL, but for some reason, I think at the time there was a lot going on with laws changing, and I, for whatever reason, kind of fell under the crack. So I wasn't able to provide for my family. I wasn't able to have to use my CDL, my commercial driver's license, to further my career for whatever reason. So by me coming in church, by me being able to fellowship with my brothers, by me making it my decision that I wanted to grow within the church, I was offered a job making more than I've ever made in my life. Still to this day, for the amount of time that I put in, I made more than I've ever made in my life. And that's from a relationship that I was able to build in that happy place right here in church with one of the ministers, who seen that, okay, well, this young man is a pretty good guy, and I have this opportunity that he may fit. And it was a perfect opportunity. Again, it was one of the best opportunities I've ever had in my life. I would probably still be there had it not been for my calling within the fitness field. I would still be working in that same job. So I understand, and it's not even necessarily that I understand, but there are people that feel as if they can grow without a church setting. There are people that feel like that they have the church within them. And those are understandable points. There are people that don't really quite understand tithing. There are people that don't really quite understand why give an offering. And these are all valid points, I would say. There are a lot of churches who kind of, I would say, give a bad name to all churches. And when you see these things on TV, and the media is definitely going to put those bad ones. The enemy wants the spotlight to be on those churches that are sexually abusing the members, or fornicating, adultery. That's what the enemy, those are tricks of the enemy. So it's understandable that people have these questions of, why do I even need to come to a church, especially when you're seeing all this, and that's what the enemy wants on the forefront. So just honestly speaking, that's what is on the forefront, you know. But again, for me, 3 things that I recommend you try it. Just find a good church where you can fellowship with some good people, you can receive some good growth, and just somewhere you can be happy. I heard a saying once, it went a little something like, when you're praising, you can't be bitter or something. Basically, you can't be praising and worried about all your grief, your sadness, and all this other things that's going on in life. You can only be doing one. When you're praising, you have to be in a certain mindset. So, said he grew up in that house and there was love missing. I'm going to describe a little bit about family structure and my family structure, and how important love in my household was. Okay, so I grew up with both of my parents, and I think the love that they gave to me and my siblings, it mattered so much to the person that I am now. Like it contributed so much to the man I'm able to be for my family and for others. And just seeing how my parents cared for us, they showed me so much on how to be a father, how to be a man, how to be responsible. And I think sometimes it's underestimated just how much we need that love. I don't care how tough this person wants to show you, or how gangster this person is, or how street we think we may be. We all need that love. And a lot of times it shows in those structures. You know, when we don't have the lack of those parental structures, it shows You know, a lot of times the ones, when we see those killings and those people, when we, or the stuff on the news, when we're looking like, man, like this has to really be, this person can't be receiving the same type of love on a day-to-day basis that I am. Some of the stuff I see, and I'm just looking like, man, what would take me to those type of points? So again, just growing up with both of my parents and receiving that love, I see just how firsthand that it really matters. I would never want to harm anybody else because I received so much love. My parents always taught me love. It was never a hate thing. And that's something that we have to really be a lot more mindful of, especially as men, when we're just having these children and we're not really loving. We're not giving them that type of love. We're giving them the worldly love, the materialistic love, when in actuality we really need to be in these families. And again, everything I feel like I am, I don't know if I would have been able to be the same man sitting here today without the love I received from my parents and that continuous love. Even to this day, it still helps that they're still loving me to this day. Getting better, I'm at practice. So today we're gonna highlight mental fitness, and I wanna share a little bit about mental fitness, what it is, and how I stay mental fit. So mental fitness is basically what goes on here in our mind, what goes on in our head, you know. And I feel like your mornings are very important. They're very important. They set the tone of your day. So you want to make sure that mentally you're sound in the morning to start your day. All right. So for me, I stay mentally fit. I make sure I connect with God first. And then I just get something that motivates me, something that gets me ready for the day, something that charges my mental and lets me know that, hey, we need to stay sharp. Okay? All right. And prayer requests. All right. So we're going to pray for any families that are sick and shut in. Anyone in need of prayer, I'll drop the lines. We'll make sure we send in those prayer requests. This is going to be the time we're going to pray for anyone that needs a special prayer. Anyone that is going through something, just send your requests and we'll make sure to pray. All right, so today we're going to pray. I want to pray for my family. I want to pray for my church family. I want to pray for this country. I want to pray for this country's leaders. I want to pray for the city of Charlotte. And I just want us to continue to love each other. In Jesus Christ's name I pray, amen. All right. As always, we keep God first, peace and blessings, and stay strong.